Oh, Dipwood, I know this isn't the first time I've taken one of your replays, and I hope you don't mind me casting it yet again. But without further ado, I guess let's go ahead and get into the game. I've got a feeling that I'm going to be looking at this for a while. We're talking at least 25 minutes. But without further ado, here's your replay, and I'm going to cast it. Okay. So, apparently I've got the wrong configuration loaded because I'm logged into the NA server. That's just going to take a moment to correct. Let's see here. Get rid of that. And then we're going to go back to the hotkey, switch that to observer. Then I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the health bars. Actually, I'm going to switch that to damage. Then I'm going to switch that to none. And now we're good to go. Yep, perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with this here, guys. Right? Okay, so lower right hand corner. Spawning is our Protoss in the red trunks. His name is Dipwood. And he belongs to the Zeez clan. Upper left hand corner, spawning as our Zerg in the red trunks. His name is Gopher. And if I had to guess, I'd say this took place on the NA server because the name Dipwood doesn't just ring a bell. Actually, no. I'm sorry. Not Dipwood, but the name Zeez doesn't just ring a bell. But I believe I've ran across someone in the Zeez clan on the NA server. And I believe I was under the impression that he was map hacking simply because he threw down 2 bunkers on 2 base. No scouting information, nothing else like that. It was on Derelict Watcher, but yeah. So now we're just basically filling in the time that we have between now and when the action begins. So I'm wondering what I should talk about, what I should inform you guys of. Well, I'm trying to get some personal gigs going, like something that could be really big if it actually does happen and it actually does succeed. Then, like, it will be the biggest accomplishment in my life ever with esports. But rest assured, I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's nothing more than what's the word I'm looking for? A chance to grow my reputation, and that's about it. I'll keep you guys informed. If it doesn't happen, I'll tell you guys what happened later, because, like, right now, I need to know what it is that makes me desirable as a caster and so on and so forth. Now, we do have the drone coming out here, just making sure that the probe didn't throw down any proxy pylons, any shenanigans like that. Overlord's gonna sweep over here and just make sure there's no proxy pylons. Again, he's gonna send it off in the direction that, Gopher's gonna send it off in the direction that the probe went in. Now, Gopher is aware that this isn't what's the word I'm looking for? This is not an FFE opener. It's perfectly ordinary. In case you guys are new to the, what's the word I'm looking for? The Heart of the Swarm meta, but I do think this is just a tidbit dangerous. He does see that there's nothing in production on the cybernetics core, or actually nothing in production on the gateway, and he can just swing that Overlord back over here and verify that there's an expo going down. Now there's a probe just chilling over here, waiting to throw down a pylon, or at least have a reason to throw one down. I don't think we're going to see any forges in the near future. Dipwood, I think, is actually going to more along the lines of sacrifice his ability to get upgrades in exchange for perhaps putting on some early pressure. Some pressure early game, excuse me. And what that could open up for him to do is perhaps just basically delay the economy of Gopher. This is somewhat reminiscent of Naniwa's PVZ at DreamHack. And you guys will have to pardon me if my casting sounds a little bit dull today because I did just wake up. Alright, so I really like the fact that our Zerg here is not floating too much energy on these queens. It's actually, I'd say pretty big. I mean, it's pretty big. Very few players could actually keep their energy that low, even myself. I have that much of a problem. It's like, oh my god, inject. And, I remember Sen made it to like, let me think here, 10, 15 minutes of the game, and he was only floating like 12 energy on his queens in the replay pack. With some games playing ZVZ in the replay packs that were released for last year's Battle.net World Championships that took place in Shanghai. Now we do have a probe, a zealot, and a mothership core moving out. Perfectly ordinary, perfectly normal. And now we have this Lynx kind of scouting around the map like a madman trying to figure out what's up. There is a reinforcement pylon going down here, so it's no bluff. And if you check what's going on here, we just had 3 gateways finished. That's going to bring it to a 4-gate forward pressure into saturation. This is actually, I want to say this could be a game-ending play, but the timing of it is a little bit off. We do have 4 roaches on the way now from Gopher, and these supply blocks. Oh, man. So it looks like this third's going to get forced to cancel by Gopher, and he's going to have to basically pick it up from behind after that. Like, what he can do is beyond me. Third gets forced to cancel. And that drone is kind of just stuck there for the time. Oh boy, that is the world's luckiest drone, guys. 1 HP on that. The roaches are going to try and chase these zealots away. And that attack costed nothing but minerals, so I want to say that Dipwood actually basically got away with the free expo kill, and only costed him 50 minerals this entire game. I think it was the probe that he said that got killed. Yeah. Okay, so this is being followed up with Glial Reconstitution +1, and whoa, double Stargate coming from Dipwood. Interesting choice. I do know that in PvT this is actually a very common build, but Gopher actually goes in there with an Overseer and he sees what's up, so I'm a little curious to see how he's going to react to this. There's a Hydro Stem going down, interestingly enough, and that would be good for handling, say, Phoenixes in large numbers, but of course, to really seal the deal, getting rid of those Phoenixes, you would need Infestors. Of course, you need really, really, really money fungal growths. And it looks like Gopher's just slipping up on his injects just a teeny bit. Now, we're going to have Gopher here seeing that Dipwood is not taking a third yet, so that means basically we have Dipwood gearing up to kill Gopher in some way or another. It just depends on where things go in the near future. Double Void Ray follow-up, wow. I don't know about that. That could actually be a little bit dangerous. We do have a lot of Hydras in the mix now, and the one thing that we would have to see Gopher do to actually hard counter that would be to go straight into Hive Tech. But the way things are right now, I'm just thinking he doesn't have the economy for it. And we do see evidence of a commitment to this tech. It could potentially go all Sky Toss from here, but even that I'm not too sure of myself. We're gonna have to wait just a little bit to see where that goes. And there's a lightning run by that's about to take place at the third. Could get a huge prevent on it as well. And that's looking like it could be the case. It's just gonna depend on whether or not there are any force fields here and how beautiful they might be. Yes, it looks like that prevention just got prevented. Yeah. Okay, Scouting Phoenix just went in there and saw basically, let's say, everything. I want to say everything from Gopher, maybe. Now, the one thing that is going to work in Gopher's favor is the fact that his opponent has really nothing here that will hard counter Hydras in large numbers. Void Rays will be able to take care of the Roaches, Stalkers, just so versus Roaches, but Prismatic Alignment's going down on this one Void Ray, and it's going to be absolutely useless. Photon Overcharge activated on the Nexus, really doing some damage. And let's look at the losses for both players. It's actually slightly unfavorable for Gopher. So with that being said, Gopher's actually going back to saturation, and he's going to go ahead and take down his fourth behind this. Now, get a look at that. Void Rays behind all of this. Even more being added to the mix. Groove Spines as well as +2 missile attacks. Now, I do want to say that because Dipwood did not have Groove Spines just a moment ago, it actually could be the reason why he, it took him so long to actually get that Void Ray kill. But now that he has Groove Spines, it could be a different story. Run by here at the third yet again. Well, no, not a run by. No, far from a run by. Okay, so here we go. And behind this attack, we could see. I think this could be a bad move by Gopher, because if he loses a good deal of his resources here, then I don't think he's going to be able to hold off until he gets to. I don't think he'll be able to hold off until he gets to high tech, really. But here we go. It looks like we got more drones coming to the fourth base of Gopher. And how's this going to go? I mean, both players, I want to say, are kind of even. Gopher's ideally a little further behind than where he wants to be. Dipwood has robotics bait on the way. He's going to get some Colossi out. And then we also have Zealot legs going down behind that. Oh, and a fleet beacon. Whoa, 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 buddy. What is that all about? Okay, so I'm wondering what triggered that. Excuse me. Belched a little bit. Alright, now the one thing that we see Gopher with is not the ability to counter anything that comes from a fleet beacon. If he wants to counter what comes from a fleet beacon, he's gonna have to get, I'm a little curious, like, what's with all the hallucinations these days, guys? I don't get it. Like, the hallucinated stalkers, and that was it. Come on. I mean, I understand hallucinated Phoenix, but jeez. Sorry, random outbursts of rage. I've noticed everybody's doing it these days. Anyway. Back to the game at hand. My question was... Or, not my question. My statement was... Basically, we don't have anything from Gopher that's going to be able to handle anything that comes out from a fleet beacon. We have Protoss air armor going down now, and we're going to have Templar archives going down as well. More gateways getting tacked on. Double Stargate going down. And now this could, I wouldn't say is game ending, but it could do a lot of damage. One thing that I absolutely have to just point out, and it annoys the heck out of me, is that there's 8 little boxes here. The only thing that a Protoss army would have that could fit 8 inside of a War Prism would have to be the, wait, Viper's moves now. Would have to be the probes. Now, when these two armies engage, ooh, wow. No, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's 3 yanks from Gopher trying to get a single Void Ray. That was not quite so efficient. I didn't even notice the Vipers joining the composition. What is wrong with me? Okay, so now it looks like... Wait, is this... I'm thinking this could be a misclick, right? Not just a huge mistake. Alright, so... Static Storm being researched, it looks like the Hydras could actually end up getting in. Huge yanks on those Void Rays. Get over here! And now we actually see the Colossi and these Zealots working together to push this entire army back. Ideally, this is why you get a lot of static defenses underneath a bunch of Corruptors and then start using your Vipers, ladies and gentlemen. This is just ideally why. Now, I do want to highlight that Dipwood still has this Warp Prism over here. He's not using it just yet. And the Viper... Oh my god! You do work, son! Pull that Colossi! I guess not. And these forward evolution chambers are meant for the consume ability of the Viper to be used. Alright. 2 or 3 Evo chambers do fall, and now with that, I think... Oh, wait, what is this? We actually see Gopher trying to retaliate with a run by here. Of course, there's just too many Zealots and too many High Templars. They're just going to put this down, but of course the cannons will be able to handle that more than adequately. Now we have nothing but Hydras and Roaches here. And I guess we're actually going to see this game, I don't know, kind of pan out to last a little bit longer. Spire's now going down for Gopher. It's about to finish up. He's got to get the Corruptors into the mix. He's only taking gas now on his 5th bases, which I appreciate. Dipwood's also doing this as well. He realizes the late game money is necessary. And the Hydras are actually knocking at the front door. Beautiful Storm's going down by Dipwood. Viper's yanking. The Void Ray is not really working out too well, though. And checking the losses right now. Wow. Gopher is at double the losses of Dipwood. Okay, what he has to do is now ideally build a Spinecrawler wall and then go for Corruptors, but I'm not... Corruptors and Vipers, but he's also going to go ahead and follow this up with a bunch of Swarm Hosts. That's an okay choice, too. They only take a little bit longer to finish than that's what I'm looking for, than Mutalisk. I never would have thought. Anyway. One thing I like that we see from Dipwood is that he's actually taking this 4th base just for the gas, and he's going to take down this 5th base of Gopher. Very little trouble, and he's going to lose the workers, but the one thing that this will help Gopher with is getting his army supply back up. As you can see, he's got a lot of Swarm Hosts here. He's got, and this is the metagame right now. When you have this many High Templar in the composition, they are forced to do one of two things. They are either forced to feed back the Vipers, or they are forced to use their Storms on the Locusts that are coming at them. Now, we do have a bunch of Roaches and Hydras opting to be thrown away. Wait a minute. Wait a minute! I did not see that coming, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, we're about to have, during the Locusts, finish up just as this wave pops. So I'm wondering, is this going to increase in the middle of the wave, or no? Yeah, let's find out. Looks like not. Okay, but behind this we actually have Dipwood going for 5th base. Or going for the attack on the 4th base of Gopher. And all of these Swarm Hosts are out of position. So it's looking like this 4th base for Gopher is going to fall. Meanwhile, he's reconstructing his 5th. Now it's going to be his 4th. He loses the whatever base. And it looks like all of these Swarm Hosts are sending their Locusts out in this direction. One or two of the High Templar get pulled out of position, and now this is actually not looking good for Dipwood, but luckily he had his Mothership Core, and he used the recall ability. Mass recall. So there we go. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. Excellent play from both players thus far. 186 from both. And now we have to see Dipwood constantly have to deny the space, but the question is this time, will he be able to? I don't think he can. I mean, honestly, I think he's surrounded here. Like, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble, and here's a huge engagement we've been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Gopher using his Swarm Hosts as best he can. The Storms go down on some of these Locusts, but it's just not enough, and he's retreating again and using another Storm. Storm's going down on all these Hydras. We need to see the Vipers yank something, yank some critical tech out of the way, and it looks like a few of these Swarm Hosts are unfurled by accident. He might have yanked the Void Ray, it looks like, and with that we actually see that Dipwood blew his up by accident. Dipwood blew up his Void Ray by accident. Wow, that was kind of funny. I think. That's if I saw that correctly. And now we have these Hydras trying to chase down these High Templar. Almost works out, but only one or two fall. And now we have a bunch of Zealots just cruising to come by here and kill the 3rd base of his opponent. And this is how you starve a Zerg player that has nothing but a bunch of bases. And it looks like these Locusts are going to slowly but surely break through to that 4th base. And speaking of 4th, this one's going to get broken down. Okay. Now, oh man, that's actually not good for Dipwood. He's actually losing a good deal of High Templar here to the Swarm Hosts in the form of Locusts. Now, wait a minute, does the Colossus even have extended thermal lance? It doesn't even have extended thermal lance, guys. I never would have thought. Just one Colossus. I noticed that a lot of Masters League players are doing this, and now it looks like the 3rd of Gopher is down while both players are trying to go at it at the front lines. This means that Gopher's economy is essentially starved. He's got so little income compared to that of his Protoss opponent. Now, one thing that he can do is perhaps save money, keep his Swarm Hosts alive, try and do as much damage as he can, and just buy time in this game. But very few players do what I'm telling you Gopher is doing. Actually, not Gopher, but that Dipwood is doing right now. Dipwood's just constantly going for the kills on his opponent's bases. And speaking of kills, this one is going to. Whoa! Wait a minute. No, no, it's not gonna fall. I never would have thought. Again, this game is just full of surprises today. Shield's down on it almost, but it looks like, Gopher, he just doesn't quite go in for the kill on that, so he changed his mind. That being said, we actually see these Hydras and these Swarmhosts moving around into position. And it looks like both players are looking for, again, essentially positions to engage with. Photon Cannon's going down at what appears to be this bottom right. Speaking of going down, Dipwood loses his fourth base. This is going to put both players on, I guess you could say, low econ situations. And now we actually have Dipwood moving out on creep. I have a feeling we're about to get to the end of this game, guys. The income is so low. We're getting there one way or another. It's going to come to that. And now here we go, huge engagement. Archons just storming forward. They happen to be right on top of all these Swarmhosts, and now the Vipers are actually getting pulled into the fray, but it looks like by some means of the human imagination, there's a miracle that has allowed... Oh no! It's a huge misclick over here! Gopher misclicks all of his units, and now it looks like all these Hydras are coming back fine, and we're going to see something happen. It just looks like the entire main army of Dipwood has just been destroyed. I'm a little... Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is not looking good. Okay, well, Dipwood's still in this game. He did just retake his bottom right. All these Zealots are coming in here for a run-by on this base, but of course this one's been up and long established for now. So we see Gopher's income far ahead of that Dipwood's. And it looks like, for now, Dipwood is vainly trying to chip away at that base, and he's not taking it down. A bunch of idle probes right here would be more than worth it to actually go ahead and start having the distance mine on this lower right. And again, speaking of distance, we just have Gopher throwing a bunch of Swarmhosts and their Lucas at this base. As long as they, I think if they could actually validly take this down a bunch of the time to keep attacking it, but Gopher must be thinking to himself, okay, my opponent hasn't left the game yet, so what's up? We're both on equal ground. Actually, in terms of losses there, he's slightly behind, but yeah. Okay, so here we go. We have Tempests now in the mix, 7 Hydras, 2 Vipers on the way, and lots and lots and lots of Tempests. 1 or 2 more Swarmhosts being tacked on. Oh man, and this is not looking too good for Gopher. He's actually caught slightly out of position. Dipwood slightly lower to 5. The Storms, oh my god, they are beautiful. Killing 3 Swarmhosts at a time. And it looks like, oh no, we actually have Gopher making the mistake of kind of moving forward. He's gonna be able to maybe kill 1. Last Colossus, and that's it. And the remaining portion is too much. We're actually going to see Dipwood able to push back with relative ease now. I didn't see that coming after that last huge engagement, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have the... Oh no, the Swarmhosts are being pulled out of position. That's not what you want to do with your Swarmhosts, ladies and gentlemen. And meanwhile, we actually have another Zealot run by at this pocket upper left. Gopher's going to lose this base, and with that, the game, he just realized it, and he's like, ladies and gentlemen, I give up. Okay, so if you guys liked what you saw here today, just go ahead and click on the subscribe button. This is Breaker. I will see you guys next time.